It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll see the Cowboys, leader at quarterback. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Cowboys and the Bills, under the lights on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gordon, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Bills, they come in 0-3 and in desperate need of a win.
And as a team, you start to feel a little bit snake bit. They need something good to happen right now so they know it's not just them. They think they have the makings of a good team.
Versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play action. Now it's Allen. That's taken in. It's Keon Coleman. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Allen. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The result, a first down, as the quick slant gets him 14. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. You look at this Cowboy defense. They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, a big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? Again, they'll throw with Allen. Down the right sideline. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bills put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game.
The wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip out on the sideline, you've got a problem on your hands.
Yeah, well, the defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, so we'll see if he can keep a string of good games going right here.
This is Fant on the short completion. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Back to throw now on first down. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 53 yards, and a touchdown.
And in doing preparation for the game, you notice where guys rank in the league in terms of statistical categories. He's 4th in the league in receiving yards. That caught my attention in a positive way.
Now a first carry here for the running back. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 42-yard line. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The Cowboys hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they've got to be pleased with the start of this season, obviously.
Yeah, and you're talking about 3 good quality wins. It's got people in the locker room excited. Not overly so, but that quiet confidence is starting to build. They're starting to believe that this could be their year if they stay on track.
And he'll go down at the 28. That one, a first down pickup of 8. He'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Trey Palmer, 28 yards. And the Cowboys are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Well, they said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. To throw, it's Allen. Now he fires deep for Shakir. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jair Elam makes the pick, and the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 41.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Now a play fake here on first down. And that's caught inside the 30. And finally he's taken down at the 18. A big play here for Dallas. 41 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Here we go.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Pickens going in motion left. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Yeah, he's got it. Touchdown, Cowboys. Noah Fant, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Aubrey now for the point after. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's second down. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 30. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Sean McDermott didn't hesitate. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll run for it. Cook. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. No dice for Sean McDermott in the offense. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
44 yards rushing for him now to this point. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They're going to look to throw. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And finally, he's taken down at the 18. A big play here for Dallas. 41 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And brought down there by Taylor Rapp.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. And the Bills are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there. By a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on 3rd. Coleman, the man in motion right. Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Being chased out left. And he's able to get up here to the 26. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. Here's Bryce Behringer now. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The Cowboys offense and CeeDee Lamb ready to take over once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And he'll go right back to Lamb. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The production sensational here early on. That last catch going to put him up over 100 yards receiving already in this first half of play. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 39-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on 3rd down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long. Got an open man, it's Pickens. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
They'll set up a throw. Finding Pickens for another catch. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
No gain on the play. This is 3rd and 2.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown! C.D. Lamb. With career touchdown number 91, he joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Cowboys have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Aubrey good with a PAT, and it's now 21-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's finished off by the touchdown from C.D. Lamb. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Breaks through the contact. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They run it again with Cook. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Allen now looks to throw. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. This is 2nd and 8. And now they'll throw with Allen. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Mekhi Blackman's got it. And the Cowboys are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, Charles, it's so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy. And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Now they'll bring 4 receivers into the fold here. It's 3rd and long.
19 tight. 19 tight. Hurt.
Back to throw here. Trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. 79 Broncos.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Here's one deep for Pickens. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Palmer. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. Back to throw. That's caught down the field by Palmer. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 26. A gain there of 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Street. Trap 60. 60 Maverick. Ready?
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And his ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Buffalo.
Alert!
Here's Allen to throw it. Going right back to Knox, and again a completion. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
And the Bills' first down.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And able to work his way down to the 16. 62 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now Allen. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Keon Coleman, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Bills get a bit closer. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. So that drive, 4 plays, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. That's caught inside the 20. And he will be taken down inside the Buffalo 20. A big play here for Dallas. 43 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They'll look to throw. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Trey Palmer, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Aubrey good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down. Now 2nd and 9. Allen. Setting up the screen for Cook. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that. That's why they're able to get to him on it.
Now he fires deep for Shakir. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Cowboys are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
He's got it at the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, 50 yards. And the Cowboys get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Bills' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Here's Allen. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
From the gun, it's Allen. Shoves him aside, and he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down. The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Another one to CeeDee Lamb. He's got it. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. Back now in Arlington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and a yard. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Short completion, just 4 yards, and now 2 yards to go on third down.
60 biceps, 60 biceps. Here we go, here we go. Hut, hut.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
That is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
George Pickens
From 10 yards out.
And the Cowboys are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Aubrey good with a PAT.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down. To throw, it's Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now. And all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Allen going to throw. That's caught. It's Coleman. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's second down. And they'll send the tight end in motion. To the air, Allen. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown.
Khalil Shakir
From 13 yards out.
And the Bills get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
It's a gain of 5.
2nd and 5. And he'll go right back to Lamb. And Lamb going to have a Cowboys first down as he'll be brought down at the 42-yard line. 9 yards that time.
Let's go now.
Back to throw now on first down. This is Fant on the short completion. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and a yard.
Go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
19 Lions. Check go.
Back to throw again. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 13-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw again. That's complete right around the 8. And the Cowboys are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
That's another Cowboys first down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Fighting through at the 25. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. The Bills ready to take over. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Allen now looks to throw.
No receivers open downfield, so instead of forcing the ball to the sideline, he's going to throw this one down to Fort Worth. He'd rather have the incompletion than the turnover.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Alert, alert, alert.
Now Allen. That'll be caught by Cobb. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 25-yard line.
And the Bills first down.
Look out.
Throwing now is Allen. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28.
Bills 28.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
They came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early. But give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
18, Pioneer. Street, street.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game.
Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that